Hello dear friends, welcome back to my channel of literary art. And in today's session, we are going to discuss the poem The Queen's Rival by Sarojini Naidu. Friends, much of the influence of Islamic and Persian literature is seen on the poems of Sarojini Naidu, and today's poem is also based on the Persian ballad. Throughout the poem, the mother or the queen is actually uncomfortable that there is nobody to compete with her beauty and with her luxuries, but at the end of the poem she comes to know that her daughter is the only competent person in the whole world to compete with her beauty. So friends, the theme of the poem is that the mother thinks that there is only one person who is much more beautiful than herself, and that is her daughter. For each and every mother, the daughter is the only person who can compete with her, or who is much more beautiful, intelligent than herself. So friends, let us see the poem, and if you have any doubt concerning the poem, please comment me in the comment section. Let us see the poem The Queen's Rival by Sarojini Naidu. So friends, the poem The Queen's Rival by Sarojini Naidu. In short, I shall tell you the description or introduction to the poetess Sarojini Naidu, who is also called as the Nightingale of India, Bulbul-e-Hind. In one of my earlier videos also, I have given the short description to the poet Sarojini Naidu. Then again also, in short, I shall introduce you with the poet Sarojini Naidu. Friends, she was an Indian independence activist, poet and politician. First woman to become the governor of UP in 1947, and the second woman to become the president of Indian National Congress in 1925. Her notable works can be seen as The Golden Threshold and The Bazaars of Hyderabad. Friends, this poem, The Queen's Rival, is actually based on the Persian ballad. Most of the influence of the Persian ballad is seen throughout the poem. And friends, here, whatever luxuries the queen had, she thinks it quite useless. Why? Because she thinks that there is no meaning to her luxuries. She is quite dissatisfied with whatever she had. Why? Because there was nobody to compete with her. According to Sarojini Naidu, Queen Gulnar is quite unsatisfied with whatever she had because there was no competitor. Friends, and that thing is disclosed by Queen Gulnar to her husband Firoz. First of all, see, I shall read the poem and later on the summary of the poem shall be discussed. Queen Gulnar sat on ivory bed. Around her countless treasures were spread. Her chamber walls were richly inlaid with agate porphyry, onyx and jade. The tissues that veiled her delicate breast glowed with the hues of lopping crest. But still she gazed in the mirror and sighed, "O king, my heart is unsatisfied." King Firoz bent from his ebony seat. "Is thy least desire unfulfilled, O sweet?" Let thy mouth speak, and my life be spent to clear the sky of thy discontent. I tire of my beauty, I tire of this empty splendor and shadowless bliss, with none to envy and none gainsay. No savior or salt hath my dream or day. Queen Gulnar sighed like a murmuring rose. Give me a rival, O King Firoz. So, friends, see the irony? That means, whatever luxuries she had, she was quite dissatisfied with all the luxuries. She had the ornaments like agate, porphyry, onyx, and jade. She had all the countless treasures spread around her, and the tissue which covered her breast, uh, that was of bird's feather. In other words, the queen has all sort of luxury and precious things around her, and in spite of having all these things, she was quite upset. And she says to her husband, King Firoz, that her heart is unsatisfied. And by hearing this, what King Firoz did, he says or promises to her to dedicate all his life to take away her discontent. Queen Gulnar tells King Firoz that she is tired of her beauty. It seems to be quite useless to her. Her splendor, her luxuries, her ornaments, everything seems to be quite useless, quite waste for her. And she thinks that there is nobody to compete with me, and I want a rival. Bring me a rival or a competitor. That was the demand which was put forth by the queen. And what he says, the King Firoz, see in the next stanza of the poem, King Firoz spoke to his chief vizier, lo are tomorrow's dawn be here. Send forth my messengers over the sea to seek 7 beautiful brides for me, radiant of feature and regal of mien. 7 handmaids meet for the Persian queen. 7 new moon tides at the vesper call. King Firoz led to the Queen Gulnar's hall. A young queen eyed like a morning star. I bring the arrival, O Queen Gulnar. But still she gazed in her mirror and sighed, O king, my heart is unsatisfied. 7 queens shone round her ivory bed, like 7 soft gems on a silken thread, like 7 fair lamps in a royal tower, like 7 bright petals of beauty's flower. Queen Gulnar sighed like a murmuring rose, where is my rival, O King Firoz? So, again, she is saying the same thing. So, what she says, that you have to bring somebody to compete with my beauty and my luxuries. And at that time, King Firoz sends his chief viziers and ordered him that before the next morning, he wants 7 maids, beautiful brides for him, and they should bring those brides much more beautiful than the queen. See, all those should be partners of Persian Queen Gulnar. And the chief vizier brought 7 brides or maids, and they all stood before the bed of Queen Gulnar. 7 beautiful queens. They were like soft gems on a silken thread, like bright lamps shining in a royal tower, like beautiful and bright petals of a beautiful flower. In spite of such beautiful queens around her, Queen Gulnar sighted like a dull rose, asking Firoz where are her rivals. So, friends, again she was quite dissatisfied that she thinks that they are not quite uh, competent to compete with her beauty. So, what she says next, when when spring winds wakened the mountain floods and kindled the flame of the tulip birds, when bees grew loud and the days grew long, and the peach groves thrilled to the oriole's song, Queen Gulnar sat on ivory bed, decking with jewels her exquisite head, and still she gazed in her mirror and sighed, O king, my heart is unsatisfied. Queen Gulnar's daughter, 2 springtimes old, in blue robes bordered with tassels of gold, ran to her knee like a wildwood fay and plucked from her hand the mirror away. Quickly she set on her own light curls, her mother's fillet with fringes of pearls. Quickly she turned with a child's caprice and pressed on the mirror a swift glad kiss. Queen Gulnar laughed like a tremulous rose. Here is my rival, O King Firoz. See, the time passes and Queen Gulnar's desire is still unsatisfied. When spring appears, breeze flows across the mountains and tulip birds burst into flowers. When bees start singing loudly and the days grow long, and when peach trees are live with the songs of oriole bird, Queen Gulnar sits on her ivory bed with jewels of her head, and she still gazes in the mirror and sighs that her heart is unsatisfied. Uh, at that time, what happens? Queen Gulnar's 2 years, 2 springtimes is written here. That means 2 years old daughter runs to the knees of her mother. She is wearing blue dress which has gold hanging from its border. She looks like a fairy. She takes away the mirror from her mother. She sits on her own and takes away the ribbon of her mother, which is made up of pearls. She suddenly changes her mood and kisses on the mirror quickly, seeing that Queen Gulnar uh, laughs like a shaking rose and says joyfully to King Firoz that here is my rival. That means she identifies that my daughter is much more beautiful than me, and there is only one rival for me, and that is my daughter. In other words, she finally finds her rival in her daughter. So, friends, Queen Gulnar actually wanted to be a mother, but neither she nor her husband could understand this. Finally, she is satisfied when her daughter plays with her. So, friends, if you understood the summary of the poem, the theme, please like, share, and subscribe my video. I hope there is no confusion regarding the poem. If you have any confusion regarding the poem, please comment me in the comment section about the poem The Queen's Rival. Friends, thank you for watching my video. Thank you very much.